Cultural differences in communication styles. Welcome, everyone. In today's session, we'll explore the fascinating world of cultural differences in communication styles. Understanding these nuances is crucial for effective interaction in our increasingly globalized world. Communication is more than just exchanging words. It involves a complex interplay of verbal and nonverbal cues shaped by our cultural backgrounds. One fundamental distinction lies between high-context and low-context cultures. These categories influence how information is conveyed and interpreted. High-context cultures rely heavily on implicit communication and shared understanding. Much of the message is embedded in the context and nonverbal cues. Low-context cultures, on the other hand, prioritize explicit and direct communication. Information is clearly stated and less reliant on unspoken assumptions. In high-context cultures like Japan or Korea, indirectness and politeness are valued. Saving face and maintaining harmony are paramount. Conversely, in low-context cultures, such as Germany or the United States, directness and clarity are preferred. Efficiency and transparency are highly regarded. Verbal communication styles also vary significantly across cultures. These differences can impact everything from negotiation to casual conversation. Some cultures favor elaborate and expressive language. Others prefer a more understated and concise approach. Formality in language is another key consideration. Some cultures maintain strict hierarchies in their communication, using different language depending on the relationship between speakers. Other cultures adopt a more egalitarian approach, using informal language across various social contexts. Understanding these differences can prevent misunderstandings and foster better relationships. Nonverbal communication, including body language, gestures, and facial expressions, plays a vital role. These cues can have different meanings in different cultures. Eye contact, for example, can be seen as a sign of respect and attentiveness in some cultures. In others, it may be considered rude or aggressive. Similarly, gestures that are considered harmless in one culture may be offensive in another. Being aware of these variations is essential for avoiding unintentional offense. The use of silence also varies. In some cultures, silence is valued as a sign of contemplation and respect. In others, it may be interpreted as disinterest or disagreement. Our perception of time also influences communication. Cultures differ in their approach to punctuality and deadlines. Some cultures operate on a monochronic time system, emphasizing schedules and efficiency. Time is seen as linear and sequential. Other cultures follow a polychronic time system, prioritizing relationships and flexibility. Schedules are seen as guidelines rather than strict rules. Understanding these differences in time perception can help manage expectations and avoid frustration in cross-cultural interactions. The cultural dimension of individualism versus collectivism also impacts communication styles. Individualistic cultures prioritize individual needs and achievements. Collectivistic cultures emphasize group harmony and collective well-being. These values shape communication patterns and decision-making processes. In individualistic cultures, direct communication and self-expression are encouraged. Individuals are expected to voice their opinions and assert their needs. In collectivistic cultures, indirect communication and deference to authority are valued. Maintaining group harmony is often prioritized over individual expression. Power distance refers to the extent to which a society accepts unequal distribution of power. This dimension influences communication patterns between individuals of different status. In high-power distance cultures, there is a clear hierarchy and respect for authority. Communication tends to be formal and deferential. In low-power distance cultures, there is a greater emphasis on equality and open communication. Individuals are more likely to challenge authority and express their opinions freely. So, how can we navigate these cultural differences effectively? The key is to cultivate cultural awareness and develop strong communication skills. First, research the cultural norms of the people you will be interacting with. Understanding their values and communication styles can help you avoid misunderstandings. Second, practice active listening and pay attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues. Be mindful of your own biases and assumptions. Third, be patient and flexible. Cross-cultural communication can be challenging, but with practice and understanding, you can build strong relationships and achieve your goals. seek feedback, and be open to learning from your mistakes. Cultural competence is a lifelong journey. In conclusion, cultural differences in communication styles are a complex and fascinating topic. By understanding these nuances, we can become more effective communicators and build stronger relationships across cultures. Remember to be mindful, respectful, and open to learning. Thank you for your time.